giving me this opportunity to talk about the education and skills in the battery sector. And I want to first congratulate you on your excellent series already of seminars. They're really educational, no matter in which sector you are. They're really showing the top players in the field, which is really inspiring. But I also want to commend you on broadening the scope of these excellent seminars to not only cover the scientific excellence, but also excellence in sort of supportive fields like education today. Especially since 2023 is the European Year of Skills. So the European Commission is highly pushing towards upskilling the European workforce to tackle all the challenges linked to the green energy transition and the digital transition. And of course, the battery value chain is the place where those two twin transitions towards clean energy systems and towards a digital world come together. And if we see what the challenge is, it's massive for the battery value chain. It's a true societal transformation. It touches many points in our economic system. If you look at the estimates that came forward from the Batteries Europe Task Force on Education, is that 800,000 workers need to be trained, retrained, or upskilled by 2025, and many more in the years afterwards. This is absolutely massive because it's not only covers directly the battery production, but also electric mobility, maintenance, and production, and all the suppliers that lead into it. So it's truly transformational. We have to look at it at an academic level, but also on a vocational level and for the general public. And as part of the partnership under Horizon Europe, that we push for new scientific projects to be launched to help us gain more knowledge in the field and bridge these gaps in terms of the research that we need. We will also look at how these projects will contribute to the education of the future generation of battery scientists. So if we look at what's already being done, there's a lot of projects going on at the moment trying to bridge this skills gap. And actually, I think battery projects are showing the way as well in the green transition. We often get complimented on what's already going on in the battery value chain, also because it covers everything from the tip of the academic excellence part that we'll cover today. So with the Destiny project and the Erasmus Mundus and all the work that's being done in Battery 2030 Plus. But there's also a lot of excellent work going on in the vocational field. I'm thinking of the LBATS project and also the work, of course, done by the European Battery Alliance with the EBA Academy, supported by research institutes such as Fraunhofer and other associations like Lead Planet. So there's a real strong patchwork of initiatives already there, but the task is now to really upscale the upskilling in a way. And I'm very happy to for today focus on the academic tip of the spear, but please also check out these other initiatives because they're doing really good work. But first off, let me introduce Silvia Bodoardo, full professor at Politecnico Torino in the electrochemistry research group, and also the work package leader of the work package on education within Battery 2030 Plus. And Silvia is very humble in that sense that she not only realizes that future education implies us teaching new generations, but also being open to listen to the new generations. So Silvia, happy to give you the floor.
Thank you very much. And I'm trying to share my screen. I hope it works. I hope you can see it and you can see in presentation mode. So if everything is okay, I will just take. Good. Thank you very much, Wouter, also for the nice presentation. And thank you for being here and presenting very, very briefly what is running mainly in Battery 2030 and how Battery 2030 focus and links to other initiatives. And Wouter already introduced this topic. We are going to have many gigafactories in Europe in next year. And together with gigafactories, we have also many other topics that are going to be developed. And this for sure needs a lot of people working there, and 800,000 people, as was already said. And this is part of this very big landscape where Battery 2030 is more focused on new disruptive ideas and a big landscape that moves toward the application and the and these activities, as was said. So just to briefly say, within Battery 2030, really we are trying to understand how we can take the new development and new ideas coming for the future batteries, for batteries coming in a very next long future, and how we can take them into the education. We have several fields, so you can just have a look of the table at different, let me say, levels, from the academic to the professional to vocational to public, and how many different kind of topics have to be developed there. And this is just to say that batteries and the education in batteries are really a very wide word, and we hope that new generation will understand that this is really something multidisciplinary, where we need a lot of expertise there, and we have to do this job. And for sure, Professor Masquelier, that will take the lead immediately after, will explain us how we can do that practically and at a very high level. So within Battery 2030, we are doing some public education activities already ready and available to everyone. One live session that is visible and possible to be downloaded in from the Battery 2030 website is related to cell production. We have a very wide public there during the presentation, during the workshop itself, but also many people are downloading it on battery states and sensor. And now let me just do a very short advertisement. We are preparing a workshop on self-healing functionalities on 13 and 14 of March. So you can register for that and participate. A part of the excellence seminar that were already presented, we are writing the one deliverable on the contribution to curricula for master and PhD courses, and so we'll be very happy to get the contribution from everyone. This is just the advertisement where you can find the form for the registration in this workshop on self-healing. Let me also add that we are not alone, sorry, and we want to work together, because only working together we can maximize the impact. We need a lot of people skilled, and we have to take all the fields and to work there. So we organized a sort of network, an informal network that we call Edu Battery Network, because it's a sort of community working together in the field of education, where you see all the projects already presented by Wouter before are working together in order to really describe and to get an impact on the education in next future. So having the complete landscape. Finally, I'm very proud to say that we are doing some good initiatives in order to engage next generation of scientists. And very briefly, we organized the so-called Young Scientist event involving 4 universities simultaneously in Europe. Around 120 young scientists met together physically around tables to discuss about the future in the field of batteries. And then they working simultaneously that day, and then in the following months, they wrote the Manifesto of Young Scientists in Europe that really I'm pushing you to download from Battery 2030 website, because it's a very clear and interesting view from young people to the future. They are still working together. We are trying to keep them engaged, and also they are proposing themselves to some initiatives. So keep posted and be with us in this kind of initiative. So let me just conclude with some of the photographs during this nice event, and with their message on sustainability, full circle and full cycle. And let me say that in all fields, but in particular today, with the big need we have in the field of education, efforts made today will be the breakthrough for future. And so thank you very much. I try to keep it short and not to bore anyone. And so I'm very happy to hear from Professor Masquelier voice what is going in this field, and keep all together in working in the Battery network.